Hey guys, welcome to my Monday night live. So, as you're jumping on, definitely say hello. And okay, looks like I don't have anybody on. I'm hoping. All right, looks like I have a couple of people jumping on. So, definitely say hello as you are jumping on. I am feeling a little behind the eight ball today because I am catching up from being gone over the weekend. And my video looks like all checks are completed. So my YouTube video actually did not upload until just now. So I am going to make that public right now so that everybody can watch that as well. But actually, I'm going to do it afterwards. Like I said, definitely say hello as you guys are jumping on. Hey, Kim. Hey, Susan. Okay, so you haven't seen, I posted today the outcome of what we worked on last week. So this week we're working on this baby. And I don't know if I should probably turn it down so you guys can see more of the base. Hey, Susan. Hey, Terry. Hey, Nancy. It's a gorgeous evening in Little Chute and Appleton. Yes, you guys, it is so nice out. I probably should have looked in the mirror before I came on. Let me look. My husband, I cannot believe this is the first time we ate cob on the corn on the grill. So we soaked it all day and then he grilled it and just the best. And so we had that for the very first time this whole season. So I am going to see about just turning that down a hair so you guys can see the base here. Okay. All right. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Valerie. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate it. And hey, Penny from Lake Mills. Awesome. Cindy from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Oh, great. Thank you for joining. So last week we worked on the plant stand, and I do like to bring pieces of furniture to add different heights to different displays. So I recently thrifted this. I found it when I was at, I think it was just the regular Goodwill for, I think I paid $9.99 for it. I wanted to do something with it. So I think here's my vision, and we can go from there. Everybody can give their input. Is I ended up, when I was at the IOD conference, everybody was able to pick 2 items to take home. They were cleaning out their warehouse, and I ended up getting this one. It's called English 12. So if you can see it, what I was thinking is maybe if I paint the top, I wonder what it was perfectly. It was not tippy before outside, so it must be maybe my table. But yeah, so I was thinking about painting the top and putting the English 12 on it. That was one thought. I thought about decoupage paper, but one piece would not fit all the way around, which kind of made me sad. But if I did the English 12 on it, then what color would I paint the base? That was the other. And I should probably show you guys. It's got this beautiful, this beautiful trim here. So let's hear what you guys think. What do you guys think we should do? Like I said, that was my vision. Then I even thought about painting the base prairie gray and the top like the white, and have the because this is almost like a prairie gray in that transfer. So that's what I was kind of thinking, more of like a neutral. Okay, so Shannon says a light gray on the bottom with white wax. And so I think where we went, well, okay, we didn't go wrong, you guys. But when we started the plant stand, we started with the bottom. And then all of a sudden we're like, oh, what are we going to do for the top? And then we finally came up with a great solution, which I love. Okay, so a light gray. So I think that like this, do you think this is too dark of a gray? With white wax. So what if we went with just a light gray? Well, let's see here. There's the skeleton key. That's kind of like I like that one too because it just it kind of varies. Okay, so D says I was thinking gravel road with white wax with top. Shannon says perfect. Susan says hello, Sonnet. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Ruth, that gray will be great with white wax. This one right here? Yes, I agree. I think so too. I think the white wax will be perfect with it. So I hope you guys, you guys, I think can see this, not that gray. Oh, thank you, Donna. She says, beautiful table. Hillary says, pretty. I love that transfer, but in my area, it never sells. And so I have, so we got a pack. They sell them when I purchase, I get a pack of 3. And that's what we got. So I actually have 3 of these. And I thought, well, this would be a perfect opportunity for me to use it. So, okay, let's get gray base with white top with paint inlay. Perfect. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. We have, oh no, Donna, we have a severe storm headed our way with hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Okay, so let me start with where I'm feeling very unorganized right now, you guys. Okay, here's White Swan. Hopefully I have enough. I'm kind of all over the board here tonight. I just ended up getting my video uploaded. So that, I don't think this is White Swan. Darn it. I love that paintbrush. Okay. Hey, Anne. Okay, you guys. Anne got the best find tonight. She posted, or today, I should say. She posted it on the group page so that everybody could see her great find. I'm totally jealous. I should probably have used the other one. Thanks. So she has been looking for, do you want to say what it actually, I don't know. So it is it's a vintage picture and it's super long. So, Anne says she actually gasped when she saw it. I would have too, because, I don't know if I like using, I wish I had my Perfectionist brush. I was saving the Perfectionist for the bottom. That's okay. All right, I just want to get as many of these lines out. Okay, so what did D say? 2 great minds, Shannon. All right. What I must have missed some stuff, but D white top. Yes. Okay. Yes, I agree. White top. Oh gosh, I hope I have enough paint here. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to open up another one. It's no biggie. I know where I can find some in my stash of paint. So I went thrifting today too, and this is my last day of thrifting before Cranberryfest. Oh, thank you, Shannon. She said, farmhouse doesn't have to be perfect. Yes, I agree. All right, I'm just trying to, and then we'll start painting the bottom. All right, I think I need another white swan though. But I think it's gonna look awesome, you guys. I think it's gonna look awesome. And then I want to definitely put a before and after photo so that we can, whoever isn't on the lives will be able to get to see it. All right. That's a really good question. Kim asked, what day of the week do you think you have the best luck thrifting? It's kind of like, well, I've been going on Mondays. And I don't know. After the weekend, I don't know if it's the best day to go. But it's the day that I've been designating the day to go because I have a little extra time. And I've been trying to pick for Cranberryfest. Every day, Anne says, LOL. I agree. Every day. Okay, I'm going to grab some more white swan. Let me check to see if this one's white swan over here. It is, but it's empty as well. And I don't think I have any over here. Yep, that's empty. Guys, I love white swan. So let me grab one over here, over on my little shipping area is kind of packed full of stuff right now. So I have a whole bunch of stuff in front of this. All right. Oh, good Lord. As soon as I get some free time, I'm going to clean this all out up here. You know, all that free time. Shannon says, thrifting is therapeutic. I would have to totally agree. After my busy weekends lately, I have been like dying to go thrifting. I'm like, oh, just bring me to a thrift store. Bring me. Oh, Shannon says my craft room is packed. LOL. Yeah. Mine is too, because I have a lot of projects going on in here. A lot. Hey, Kelly. She says, hello, Sonnet. It's Kelly from the UP. Sorry I'm late. That's okay. That is okay. All right. And guess what I forgot? My little babies that I put my wet paint brushes on. That's okay. That is okay. All right. But what I noticed today is that all summer long, there have been a lot of like younger teens or like college students out thrifting a lot. And I think that a lot of schools have started up again, or like even high schoolers I noticed were out thrifting a whole lot more than I had seen in the past. And so I think with school starting back up, it's not going to be as busy, which will be really, really nice. All right, perfect. Okay, so we have the top painted. We're going to let that dry, and then let's start on the bottom. I don't have water in here. Shannon said, what's the weather there? Well, today, does it say on my 77? That's what it says on my computer here. It's 77. It's just so nice. We ate outside. There were no bugs, and the bees are starting to get like kind of crazy, but yeah, there were just it was just perfect. My husband made sweet corn on the grill. So yummy. Okay, so you see this beautiful detail here. All right, so this is prairie gray that we're using. And I think this is going to look perfect with the white wax and this prairie gray. I think it's going to look awesome. I would ask you guys if you saw my video, but I did not get it uploaded because I was having technical difficulties. I was like, ay, what now? But that's okay. It's going to be uploaded as soon as I'm done with this live. I'll get it all uploaded for you guys so you can see. So what we're going to do tonight is we are doing Prairie Gray on the whole base. And then we're going to use a white wax over it. Patricia said, my granddaughter loves to go to the bins with me. She finds great clothes. Yes, I found a bunch of great clothes for my daughter today too. And I even found a dress, for homecoming, but I don't know if she'll like it. So she wasn't home when I got from the bins, so I didn't get so I didn't end up getting to show her. I just received an email, and now it popped up on my screen. I'm like, who sent me an email? I wish all that was turned off, so I didn't know. I didn't see it. All right. And I love how the perfectionist, this paintbrush, gets into all the details of my project. This is definitely one of my go-to paintbrushes. It has that nice point on it. Yeah, it's just perfect. So I ended up picking up this table. I paid $9.99 for it, and I probably honestly could have sold it as is, but I definitely wanted to do something to it. Okay, let's see here. I did not seal it. I don't see any bleed through yet, but that was a good question. Let's see here. Looks like Cecile from California's on. She loves the table. Penny likes the detail on the table. Thank you. Valerie said it cooled down here in Oklahoma to 95. Oh my Lord, 95, you guys. Can you just imagine? That is hot. I'd be melting if it was 95. Here in Wisconsin, we're not used to that heat. I mean, we get a few, we get a little bit, but I don't know if I read this, but Shannon says, I'm excited because I have a table sitting in my carport that looks just like that table you've got there, and I'm so going to do something. Or I'm so going to do the same. Yeah. Look, oh, hey, Pamela. I don't know if this is going to bleed or not. I guess I probably should have thought about that, but I did not. I just went for it, guys. I just went for it. I hope I don't get bleed through. I hope not. But if we do, we're going to have to figure something out. I do have one little, oh shoot, you guys. I just saw it in the light. Now I'm going to have to repaint that. I have, oh my gosh, I made just a huge mess. But I want to get it out. It's the, oh my. Thank goodness DIY paint is so forgiving. It was one little piece of paintbrush. Ay. So I wanted to get that out. Okay. Well, I asked to on the ceiling and no answer. Oh, I'm sorry. I really am sorry. Did you asked about the ceiling too? I probably should have sealed it probably first for the white. It varies. Sometimes I get bleed through and sometimes I don't. I don't know. On older pieces, I notice I get bleed through a lot more. But Susan, I am sorry. It's kind of hard for me to sometimes read all of the comments and still craft. Oh, hello, Kathy. Franny wants to know how I clean my brushes and keep them soft. So I actually use for all my paint brushes, I use Dawn dish liquid. So after, so I always keep them in like a Ziploc bag, like as I'm painting the different portions of the piece. And then what I do is then after I'm done using them, I rinse them and then I clean them with the Dawn dish liquid. And it's very mild and it just gets everything out, all the paint. That's what I've been doing. Let's see here. Does anybody else want to share how they clean their brushes? Oh my gosh. The valley is expected to hit 91 on Sunday. A good day to head north or the lakeshore. Yes, we are heading for I almost said for Memorial Day weekend. Can you guys believe it's Labor Day already? For Labor Day weekend, we are heading to the cabin and spending the weekend up there. I feel like we've been up there a lot now that Caitlin is done with her traveling softball, but volleyball has been keeping us busy. And that's been, though, in the evenings. So right now she's at practice. And then the games are going to start in the evenings, so which is kind of nice. Not on the weekends. Okay, so Susan says I only use Dawn dish liquid soap 2 to clean her brushes. Oh, Christy said, this is my first live. I am crafting with you, making some of the wood leaves. Awesome. Yes. Another gal in my membership group, Treasure, she actually did those too. And her spin on the leaves was she painted them and then she stamped little sayings on each one, which I loved as well. I'm like, oh, I just thought that looked very cool. How are you painting your leaves? Oh, it looks like Tony uses Dawn also. Ruth wanted to know if I keep these in the refrigerator when I'm not using. I do not. Well, what happens is if I'm done, I typically use them until the project is done. Then that's when I rinse them or clean my brushes. So that's how that works. But not always am I really that. I try to be good, you guys. I try to clean them when I'm done using them. But sometimes they may sit overnight. So I really try to be very diligent. And when I'm done with the project, rinse all my brushes very thoroughly. But sometimes they sit in the bag overnight. And I've had no problems or no issues with that. Oh, gosh. Kara says she uses the brush cleaner from DIY. And Laura says I use a soap from Vintage Tonality that came with her set of brushes, and it smells amazing and leaves my brushes soft. Awesome. Nancy says Dawn and warm water. So Susan also says Dawn. I have been using Murphy's oil soap for cleaning my brushes. Works the best. Makes them soft and like new. Oh, that's a good idea too. I bet it does make them really soft. Okay, okay, I'm just gonna finish this little bit here. Like, did I finish all the way around on the underside? Okay, there. Let me just try to, just want to make sure I got all of underneath here. Oh, I missed all of us over here. Underneath. Hey, Miles. Oh, Kelly says she puts her brushes in a jar of water until she's done with the project. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay. Let me. Okay. That looks good. That looks good. All right, so now we're going to start on the base. Let me see if I can bring it over for you guys to see. Oh, Miles says he uses Dawn and warm water as well. Yes. Oh, you guys, this is going to look so good. I think the white wax. Okay, so everybody agrees white wax, right? With this. I think it's going to look awesome. Susan says she's always put her baggies in brushes until the project is done. Yeah, that's what I do too. But and then before I started the project, I did wash it all the way down. I washed it with warm water. Oh gosh, you guys, I'm already loving it. I'm looking at it in the on the screen here. It looks great. Yes, I put mine in saran wrap. I think that works pretty much the same as a baggie. So yes, that's basically what I do too. All right. Let's see here. I'm just going to turn this without spilling my paint. You guys. Oh. All right. So how was everybody's weekend? Let's hear about it. What did you guys all work on? I went fishing and I fished this tournament called the World Muskie Hunt. It's out of Lake Tomahawk, Wisconsin. It was a ton of fun. And unfortunately, the muskies did not like me this weekend. They did not want to be caught by me. So I did not get a muskie, but I had a ton of fun. So that's all that matters. And just so you know, they're real. Oh, here's one of my hairs. They're really hard to catch. It's like called the fish of 10,000 casts. So you basically have to cast 10,000 times in order to catch a muskie, is what they say. Everything has to line up perfectly. Okay, so Kelly says she came in late. We started off with painting the top white swan. What we're going to do is we are using, I ended up getting this paint inlay from the IOD sisters and, or not paint inlay, I'm sorry. The transfer, it is called English 12. So when I was there at the conference in April, we were able to pick some products that they were getting out of the warehouse, and this was one of them that I chose. And then on the bottom, we're using Prairie Gray. And we are going to paint it Prairie Gray, and then we're going to use white wax, and I think it's going to look great. I'm loving it. I wanted some neutral in my display, so I think this will be the perfect neutral. All right. Let's see. Let's see here. Ruth said, missed the beginning. Are you doing a paint inlay on top? The rooster would be amazing. I was going to use this. Oh, yeah, this is a really good color for the French country look. I do like that. Do you eat a muskie? How do you prepare them? So we do not eat muskies. This is another funny little fact about muskies. So back in the olden days, they almost were over harvested out of the lakes here in Wisconsin. And everybody was scared of them because muskies have very sharp teeth. So many times they brought a big club in the boat and they'd club them over the head. Or some people were so terrified, and this is the silliest thing, but it truly did happen. They brought a gun in the boat and they'd lay it down and they'd shoot it, and then they'd have a hole in the bottom of their boat. So because of this happening, they really worked diligently to try to do what's called catch and release. So you catch them and you let them go because they're really a trophy fish. And your ultimate goal is not to eat them, but to try to get the biggest fish. And so that's what all these, that's really what most people in Wisconsin do. But there are still some that eat them or like harvest them. And they do say, I've never had one, but I have heard they're very tasty. But if at any point one would pass away while I had caught it, I may eat it. Look at that. Oh, sonnet. So let's see here. What other questions? I made 2 dragon eggs with dragons, a bat in the belfry, Day of the Dead ornaments, and sugar plum fairy ornaments. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Shannon says, all my colors in my house are farmhouse, shabby chic, and neutrals. Yeah, that's awesome. I like neutrals, but I also like color, so I'm always so torn. So I do a little bit. I have a lot of color. Jenny says, been working on some wood pumpkins. I know, you guys, I have so much stuff to get done for this show. That's why I finally put a kibosh on my thrifting. I just have to dedicate all my time now to upcycling, like getting everything upcycled and done for the show. Let's see here. Susan says, wow, I can't believe all the big things you take to your Cranberryfest. Yes, I know. I rent, if everybody doesn't know, I do rent a trailer. So a U-Haul, I should say, a U-Haul trailer. I rent that. And I have, oh my gosh, it almost tipped over. There's a little piece of fuzz there. So here's a funny story too. I went to rent, I called the same place every single time to rent the U-Haul. Super nice family. It's a dad and a daughter. It's at their, they run like a repair shop, and they rent out U-Hauls. So I always rent it from there. And I call there to rent it, to reserve it. And she's like, oh, for Cranberryfest? And I'm like, did I say anything about Cranberryfest? I'm like, did I say that already? Or did I tell, do you have my number that you knew it was me? She goes, oh no, I just know that every year you call right around the same time and rent it. So I knew it was you. I'm like, oh, I'm like, that's funny. But yes, so I rent that and I fill it up to the brim. So I fill that up. I fill my husband's truck up. And there is not one stinking spot in that vehicle or so it's like the whole inside, the back end with the cap and the whole entire trailer is packed from the top to the, or from the front to the top to the everywhere. Oh yeah, and I am talking about Marks. Super nice people. That's awesome that you knew that I was talking about them. But yeah, so that's where I rented, and I almost wish there was one size bigger for the U-Haul. I really do. So Arrows DIY says, this is turning out so beautiful. Thank you. I think so too. I gotta be careful. I'm like getting covered in paint. Anne says, great great place and nice people. They are so nice. My husband has been going there for different things that he needs done on his vehicle. So very nice people. And I like it that it's like a daughter and a dad that do it. So Susan says the 3 time. Oh, okay, hold on. Now another. Wow, I bet I have seen your display for the last festival and couldn't believe all of the stuff. Yeah, I'm a great packer, you guys. I pack like know how to get as much in all of those places as I possibly can. But I'm a little worried because this year, my new product that I'm bringing will be the flannels. I can't even think right now, but the flannels, and I have them all really nicely in totes, and I figure it'll help me keep them clean, not as wrinkly. Oh my gosh, I just put my hand up there. I forgot that I painted that. And so now I'm like, I have how many totes do I have? I think I got 6. I think I have 6 totes. So, and years past, I had not had any totes. So I'm thinking I might have to see if my parents have a big trailer too. So maybe they can possibly fit it in their trailer because their trailer is a little bit bigger than mine. So maybe they can get the totes in theirs. We'll see. Okay. All right, guys. We have 1 coat done on the top, 1 coat done on the bottom. All right, so it's 6:40. I just want to see here if I missed any comments because I was diligently painting, trying to stay on task here. Oh, Donna says, I'm back. Power flickered and we lost Wi-Fi. Storm isn't even here yet. Oh, no. Shannon says, I'm a country girl from North Carolina, so fishing is a thing we do a lot here. Awesome. Let's see here. Nancy says, the 3 times we've gone up for Cranberryfest, the weather was awful, so we never made it. We didn't keep trying because we figured we jinxed it. Oh, my gosh. Yes. I was just talking to a bunch of my friends, and I was saying how the last few years, the last couple of years, the weather has been fairly good at Cranberryfest, where it's not been horrible. I was hoping and praying that this would be another year of just nice weather, but I don't know. I mean, I hope it doesn't rain. That's all. I don't mind the cold, but I just don't want it to rain because my display, I get nervous. Here's a crafty tip. I always forget. Apply lotion to your hands before you paint, and the paint wipes off your hands way easier. Oh, that's a really good tip. As I'm covered in paint. And not that bad tonight. Do you take smalls with you also to DEC and sell? Yes. So for Cranberryfest, I take all my handcrafted. I take all my upcycled items. I take greenery to fill in, to add the greenery amongst things. I always try to take just a few furniture pieces that are small and stick those kind of here and there. I do have to give me some more shelving. I have a couple things. I have 2 foldable baker's racks, and we typically put one on each end, and we can then, you have all the shelves from the baker's rack. The other thing that we have that gives us a lot of shelving is I take a vintage ladder, like a foldable, like, is it a step ladder? So it expands, and then I created shelves for that. So that gives us a lot of space to make displays. And then what we do is we have foldable tables, and we put the tables out with really pretty tablecloths. That way we keep all of our boxes and things underneath that, so nobody can see that underneath. And then on the tables, we do massive layering. So we stack all kinds of stuff. So, but yes, I create many like little vignettes throughout the entire booth. This year, though, we're trying to incorporate some clothing. So my mom is having some clothing. She's having a bunch of jean jackets that she upcycled. I'm having the flannels, and then some new signs. So we will see. Let's see here. Susan says, wow, great tip. I'll be trying that out. Thank you, Arrows. Yes, that was a really good tip. I also love the crackle look on certain items. I do too. I used to be able to get this really cool like stuff that you'd lay down beforehand, and then you'd lay your paint over and it would crackle. And I did that on a bunch of pieces up north, and I think it was discontinued. Kelly says, I'm going to Cranberryfest for the first time just to see all your beautiful things you create. Can't wait. Ooh, yeah. So last year, everyone that came to Cranberryfest, I got group photo. I would always get in a photo, and then I do a video. So everybody that comes will get featured in my video too. So I'm super excited about that. Let's see here. All right. Okay, looks like Arrow's DIY says, oh, Shannon, me too. She likes the crackle look as well. I think so. I have seen some other creators. I'm trying to remember which ones did it, but they use glue and then do it. I don't know. I've never done it myself, so I thought that would be interesting to try. Let's see. Wow, I'm really late. Was painting a small table. That's okay, Nancy. Oh, here, I'll post that one. It means you're doing it right if you are covered in paint. I'm always covered in paint, especially when I'm super inspired. Yes, I am typically covered in paint. And my husband always says to me, why are you wearing your good clothes? I'm like, because I didn't think I was going to get covered in paint. I just thought I would do a quick painting. And yeah, I totally get covered. How many years have you been doing Cranberryfest? I have been going to Cranberryfest. So we were just talking about this. So I have to tell you guys, Cranberryfest has inside booths and outside booths. So they have this really big tent. And the first year I did it, I was inside and I had a single booth. And I thought I did really well. One thing I noticed though is that when they get into this big, huge tent, I mean, it's just ginormous, and there's two. Okay, so there's like there's two entrances. Like so there's an entrance here. There's booths here and booths here. Then there's more booths and more booths. So you kind of just kind of going like around, and I noticed though that when they get in there, they're almost like a herd of cattle, and they're like just walking, and I'm like, hello, I'm in here. You can come into my booth. Like I would basically be like, I'd always be waving at people and saying hello and trying to get them in my booth. And I'm like, why even go inside if you're not going to act? I'd be like I would be looking at all the different things, seeing if I wanted to stop anywhere. And I just felt like they almost were like just going and they never even looked. So I started off that year with a single. That was the first year. Then the second year I did a double, and my mom and I did it together. And so that was 2 years in a row then. And I thought that would be better because we made a horseshoe. So our booth was bigger. We had an entrance and then an exit. So it was like kind of like a horseshoe. And it was better. Sales went up. But then the third year, I totally got a little ditzy and I forgot to send my money in, and I lost my spot inside the tent. And so they're like, well, you can have an outside spot. I'm like, all right. So I did an outside spot and I doubled my sales. Actually, I think I did 3 times as much in sales outside as I did in inside. So that was my mom and I. We had 2 years inside, 2 years outside, I think 2 years. And then it's either my 5th or I think this year is my 6th year. So then last year we went from a double booth to a four pod. So we have 4 booths, and last year we did so well. So yes. Let me see. So about 6 years. So that's the answer to your question. Approximately 6 years I have been doing it. And then Arrows DIY says, it's a family affair. Love it. Yes, it's awesome because my mom and dad, they are there. They do their, so she has 2 booths now and I have 2 booths, and we line them up. We are back to back, kind of next to each other. And we start off when we set our booths up, we kind of set them up where like I lay out all my stuff. She puts all her stuff in place. And then once we get our main stuff set and we kind of figure out what we have, then what we do is we then incorporate. We just kind of like, okay, then we start combining our vignettes. Okay, that will look really good. Oh, you got that. Because sometimes we never know what each other are bringing. And then we just get very creative and like combine it. What kind of signs are you going to do? So my signs, I'm bringing all my barn quilts, and then I'm bringing a couple different saying signs. And then I have another new sign that I'm going to try to make. But that one's a secret and I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to try it, and we'll see how that works. So that's why I'm not even I haven't made it yet. I haven't done it, and I don't want anybody else to do it. So I'm not going to say, I'm sorry. But it's a different type of sign that I have not seen. I am also going to try, if I get enough time, and I wanted to do this sign last year, where up north, if you're driving along, you see like these, like you'll see a post and there'll be signs all over the post. And it will have like family names or whatever. And I'm going to make ones like real catchy, fun ones, like campgrounds that way, or like I have all these different sayings that I'm going to be putting on the signs. So I'm going to call them the up north signs. So that's a new one too. I told everybody about it last year. I ran out of time last year, so we'll see if I have time this year for that. And did you air a flannels video? Last year during the 25 days of Thriftmas, I did do a flannels video. I'm doing 2 different things to the flannels, though this year I'm doing the same, what I did on that. And then I'm going to try a different technique that I came up with. And that I'm going to try to do all the flannels not this coming weekend because it's Labor Day, but the following weekend. I'm going to just start on probably like Friday evening or Saturday morning. I'm just going to get everything organized. And I'm going to set up my tables. My neighbors are probably, well, they're used to me, you guys. They all think I'm probably like half crazy. I'm going to have all my tables set up and just go to town. So let me see here. Let's see. Exactly. All my clothes have paint on them. I feel like I should make a t-shirt explaining all the paint on my clothes with arrows. Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys. I put this tank top on. It's got permanent paint on my tank top this morning. And I'm like, well, it's okay. Nobody's going to see it. I have a shirt over it. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yes, Donna, it is really nice to be able to do it with my mom. We have so much fun. We used to have our store together. So this is kind of like once, our storefront kind of went to the wayside because our building was sold. We each have our booths, but to be able to create like we used to, we always had so much fun just coming up with vignettes. Our favorite thing to do was our window displays. We would go all out every time. We would change out the window display. And so this is kind of like little mini window displays in a way. It's like all these little vignettes. I love it. Let's see here. How far is Cranberryfest from you? Is it close to you? Yeah. So Cranberryfest is about 3.5 hours north of where I live here in Appleton. It is up in Eagle River. It's actually probably like 3 hours. And then from Eagle River, my cabin is probably another 20 minutes north of Eagle River. So every morning I just wake up, head to Eagle River, and then it's Friday's setup, Saturday and Sunday is the show, and then we break down. My husband comes Sunday to help me with the breakdown, and normally what we have done is gone back home Sunday night, but now last year we started a new tradition where we go back to our cabin and we just have a really nice evening where we go out to dinner afterwards and just chill and just kind of, because he fishes a muskie tournament that weekend too. So he's fishing really hard on the water, and then I am selling really hard on the ground. So it's just a nice like Sunday evening together. And then Monday we wake up and then we come back. So you went outside and never looked back. Awesome. It was meant to be that you were placed outside. Oh yeah. Yes, exactly. That what I was at first when I was like, you went outside and never looked back. But yes, I absolutely, if that would not have happened, you guys, I would still be inside. But the nice thing too outside is that you have all sides of your booth too. So like when you're inside, because there's really limited walkway, I mean, everything's got to be right there where you can kind of like, go around the entire booth and make it look pretty. So yes, there's so many, I mean, yes, the weather, if it rains, it's like kind of crappy, but I love it. Okay. What colors are you? Let's see here. Nice. Okay. All right. Suzanne says, what colors are you using? Love them. Okay. So I'm using White Swan on the top. I used Prairie Gray on the bottom, and I was just kind of letting this dry. I'm going to do another coat on the top and another coat on the edge. And I think what I'm going to do then is, on Wednesday, I will finish this up. I'm going to add the transfer on Wednesday. I'll have a second coat and a second coat. And I think down on the bottom, I am going to just, you guys know how much I love to distress. I'll have it already pre-distressed, and then we'll add the white wax on the bottom and the inlet or the transfer on top. I get it, not wanting to share yet, so no one uses your idea before you. Yes, that is so true. I know, like, even my mom's like, well, maybe you shouldn't have said you were bringing flannels because maybe somebody else will. So it's fine. I mean, competition, is a good thing too. It keeps you honest, I guess, or, like trying to work harder and better. And, but yes, it's something new and I hadn't seen it before. So it's definitely something I want to work on. And I'm running out of hours, you guys. Well, hope you show us after festival what the sign is. That is a secret. I will definitely show you. Is your booth always in the same place? If so, where is it? Yes, so it is in the same space. So the big tent is in like the center of the grounds, and I am to the right of it. So it's kind of nice. I am very close to where everybody eats. There's like all the food vendors over here, and then I'm right there. And I should probably have my number memorized because I have had it all those years now, but I forgot it. So, but it is always in the same spot. Arrows DIY says, I love the bleach ones. I still got to try that. I couldn't last because I was pregnant, but now I can. Awesome. Yeah, definitely try it. Kay says, my nephew lives in St. Germain, close to Cranberryfest. So I used to do St. Germain's flea market every Monday before, COVID hit. Then I was there. And then after that, I made a decision not to go back because I slowed down a bit. Do you have a video showing how you make your Christmas trees? I believe there is a video out there too on that. It would be during one of the holiday season ones. So I don't know if I showed it I think I might have showed it last year or the year before. Do we know which transfer? Yeah. Okay. So when I was in at the IOD conference in April, we were they had all these different products sitting there that we could take a 3-pack of. We each got 2 3-packs, and I grabbed this one. It's the English Toile, and I think it will look so good with this Prairie Gray. So I just think it will look really awesome. And I have 3 packs of these to use. So I thought this would be a perfect opportunity. Let's see here. Sherry says, we have the candy corn market coming up here at our fairgrounds. And yes, the inside is like, it's like cattle herding. But the ones on the outside down in the horse arena always seem to get blown away. And if it's cold, this girl can't do it, but we take more time down there. Yes. It sometimes when it is cold, it's hard, but I have my Mr. Heater, you guys. So how I do that is I have my table set up, and when it's really cold, I put a Mr. Heater under our checkout counter, and I have the heat blowing towards us. So it keeps us nice and toasty warm. Bye, Jenny. Thanks for joining. My mom always says it doesn't matter if someone copies you because there's only one you. That's right. Absolutely. Yes, next to the tennis courts. That's exactly where it is, Summer, next to the tennis courts. It's very close to the tennis courts. It's always by the cream puffs. So if you guys know where the tennis courts are, the cream puffs are always there, and we are right next to them. And I always have to get a cream puff. How many vendors like you that set up there? Oh, that's a really good question. There's a lot. I mean, it's not as big as the Warren's Cranberryfest, but there's quite a few. I don't know. I wish I knew how many vendors. Tracy says, I get keeping it a secret. I'm struggling with trying to come up with new sign ideas myself. I know. Oh, Summer says she loves the St. Germain flea market. I did too. I loved doing it every week. We'd get there early, we'd set up, and then we would shop, and I'd find some of the best stuff there. All right. Oh yes, I love that transfer. I have fainted on the floor. It was so nice that they gave those away. What state is this Cranberryfest in? Sounds like a bucket list ad. It's in Wisconsin. So it's in Eagle River, Wisconsin. So in Wisconsin, there's actually 2 Cranberry Fests. There's the Eagle River, and then there's the Warrens. And I felt so bad last year. So many people went to the Warrens Cranberryfest looking for me that actually the people in charge of Warren's Cranberryfest called me and they're like, "Are you here?" And I'm like, "Wouldn't you know if I was there? You're in charge." I said, "No, I'm going to be at Eagle River next week." Or it was like in the next weekend. I thought it was kind of funny. So yes, you should definitely come, Nicole, if you're close. It's so fun. For fall signs, my husband and I have done signs on a spike. Some said bonfire, hay rides, etc. Oh yeah, that would be good too. Yes, like fire or campfire, but yeah, the bonfire, hay rides, that would be really fun. And my vision for those, if I get them done, is on each of the corners, I am going to have like a 4x4 or some kind of tall post and have some signs up there already so that people can visualize how they would use them in their own yard or like camp or like cabin or at home, wherever. All right. Let's see. I also have done the flea market. Oh, yeah. Oh, so Summer says there's 250 vendors. Thank you for looking that up. So yes, 250 vendors total at the Cranberryfest in Eagle River. So still a little wet. Otherwise, I would do it now. It's 7. So, but yes, how many flannels are you taking? Well, currently, I'm going to recount, but I think I have roughly 350 to 375 flannels. So I'm taking them all. I was not picky, like when I wasn't, like if I was thrifting a flannel for myself, I'd be picky, like what color? Oh, do I look that? Does it look good on me? If it was flannel, I bought it in good condition, obviously. And, but yeah, so I made sure they were in good condition. Nothing, I would always make sure like none of the buttons were missing. But I wasn't picky about colors or anything like that. So, yeah, I grabbed as many as I could and I would just pick. And so I was getting, each time I would go thrifting, I was getting anywhere between 30 to 40. Well, I don't know what's this last few times. Like today, I think I ended up with, did I say 11 or 12 last Monday, 11 to 12. So I'm cutting it off there. So I'm going to take half and I'm going to do like the bleaching technique. And then the other half, I'm going to do the other technique and we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Susan and Denise both go, wow, on the flannel shirts. Wow. Yes, I agree. Kelly says, oh yeah, I'm getting a cream puff. You're making me hungry. Oh my gosh, you guys. And it's cranberry cream puffs, so it's Cranberryfest. So you can get the cranberry cream puffs. And the other thing they had last year was a cranberry wine. Oh, that was good too. Yeah, there's so much good stuff, so much good food. But you have to get to the cream puffs early if you're going to get one, just so you guys know, don't wait. They sell out. So Valerie said, that's a lot, but you will do good. I was very nervous. So at first I was only going to bring a couple. Then I thought, wow, what if they go over really well? I better bring a lot. I mean, I always kind of like go big. Anyway, I mean, I'm bringing 80-ish regular barn quilts at 22 inches. And then, the 33, the 44 and the 42 rounds. I always try to bring a lot of everything. I try to make my displays look really full. So that, and then I keep stuff in the trailer too, just so you guys know. So it's not always all out, but yeah. So let's see here with the arrows pointing which way, that many flannels, you would have to be known for that and easy to spot. So yeah, that's the other thing with the arrow, like with the arrows pointing with it. Plus with my barn quilts, you guys, how we have it set up, the booth really stands out. It's like very bright and colorful. So now I'm going to be adding, or I'm going to be like making like things that have whites. I try to add neutrals to kind of, tone her down a bit because there's a lot of color going on. Oh, Susan. Do you sleep? I can't believe how much you do. Yes, I do. And like my husband says that he's like, I have never met a person like you. You literally can, like, I literally lay down, you guys, and I fall right to sleep. There's no there's no tossing, turning. The minute my head hits that pillow, I am out like a light. He's like, I could be talking to you and literally you lay down and you're out. I'm like, I am totally out just because I think I'm so exhausted. But I get up very early and I work out every morning, and then I hit the ground running by the time I get home. With the arrows, okay, look at that. Let's see. I have a vendor in our mall who does them. We wish you all the best and sell out. Thank you. Agree with Susan. Best question is, do you sleep? LOL. Yeah, that is people ask that, but I do sleep. If I don't sleep, and the other thing too, I get kind of hangry if I don't eat either. If I get too hungry, you guys. Sherry says, exciting, so much inspiration. Oh, thank you. I've done the bleach flannels and they do well. Now I am sewing patches on the flannels and doing sublimation on the patches. Awesome. I sleep like that too. Out cold, LOL. Yes, that's exactly how I am. So, okay. All right. So it's 7:06. I don't want to keep you guys too long. But yeah, so what is going to happen is, now that this is drying, I'm going to let it dry overnight. I always try to let my first coat dry overnight if I can. So I'm going to let this dry overnight. The top is the white swan. I'm going to put a second coat on the top, second coat on the bottom. Then I'm going to distress it and I will seal it. And then on Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock, we are going to add the transfer and the white wax, and then this baby will be done. Let's see here. Sorry, I was lagging. I'm surprised you sleep. Your wheels are turning with new ideas. Yes. And the other thing I do, just so you know, I always carry a notebook with me and I write everything down, because when I get an idea, if I do not write it down and get that thought on paper, I completely lose it. I'll totally forget about it. Let's see here. Have a great night, Sonnet. Thanks for sharing. Beautiful work as always. Thanks for joining. Let's see here. Nicole says, haha, I'm talking to my hubby about how far Wisconsin is from Virginia and he's snoring. I don't know how far it is, but it would be fun to come up. Joan says, I wish my family still owned our cabin that was in between Eagle River and Lando Lakes. I would definitely go see your booth. Yeah. Do you dream of DIYs? I do. All right. Okay, guys. Well, you guys have a wonderful night. We will see you back Wednesday at 10 o'clock, and we will finish this baby. And then I'll have another whole project done. And then I was going to actually do the picnic baskets, but I am going to upload my video right now, or it's uploaded. I'm going to make it public. And you guys are going to see, I'll tell you guys, I found the coolest picnic basket, and we are flipping the other baskets that I have in my garage. And we're going to kind of make a whole vignette based on this picnic basket. So I'm so excited. So you'll have to watch my YouTube video on that. Let's see here. Love the table. I have to get on your playlist and see the flannel shirt techniques. Yeah, you'll have to do that. Denise says, I'm totally with writing it down. Otherwise, in the AM, I forget and can't get any rest until I remember it. Exactly. Always write your ideas down. All right, guys. Well, I am going to sign off. We'll see you Wednesday. I'm going to make my video live right now. So head on over and give that a watch. And, oh, yeah, Arrows DIY says, it's on the 25 days of Thriftmas. This lady is amazing. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, we will see you Wednesday, and have a great night, guys. Bye.